I'm Hongping Zhang. I'm a third-year PhD student. I'm in tourism management. I've always been in tourism management, and my research focus on educational tourism now. I got my master's degree in tourism from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, and before that I got my undergraduate in tourism management back in China. In between that, I worked in a small nonprofit organization for 1 year between master and PhD. So my research focused on educational tourism. An example is Study Abroad. That's the program that I'm working on now. And the idea is to understand how student development over the program. Typically, the students would say, oh, study abroad is such an once-a-lifetime experience. I learned a lot. I've been transformed. But on the other hand, I guess for educators, for parents, they would think, oh, so you've been traveled for a month. So, and then you get 6 credits. How exactly do you learn or develop from being traveled around? And I always say study abroad is like a black box. We send students in from one end, and hopefully they become a better person coming out the other end. But my job is to explain what has actually happened during travel, what's the elements in that can help them development, and how do they develop. So this is my research on educational tourism. Yeah, so the main question about my research is to understand how students develop over study abroad or educational travel, or maybe just travel in general. So this is the specific question. And overall, I would say there's always the learning element in tourism. So how learning and education works together is the overall question. So now I am having a better understanding of the students who are participating in study abroad programs. So it's not just, oh, we are assuming that they have a good experience, but they're actually telling me what works for them. For example, now I have specific elements, factors. I know how do they pick a specific study abroad programs. Like we can use that in our marketing message, and also how do we design, what are the activities, program designs that they like. I think these are practical, handy tools that we can use to improve the design of the programs and to market study abroad for our students. So to be more specific is our Florida Down Under summer program in Australia and Fiji. Australia is a 4 weeks program, Fiji is 10 days. And I went on to the trip with the students as their teaching assistants. So I observed what the actual activities they have, and also coming back, I interview the students. So I have their actual experience and reflection, and from there, so I ask them general questions about their travel experience, learning experience, group dynamics, personal development. And from there, I can find how exactly they learn and benefit from the program. So basically the method I'm using is qualitative, using participant observation and interviews. Yeah, so there are 2. One is another PhD student, also Dr. Gibson's student. We focus on semester at sea. She's focusing more on older people, because we also have lifelong learner at semester at sea, so she focused more on the intergeneration experience. And for me, definitely focusing on the learning, culture and everything during semester at sea. That's one project with Dr. Gibson. And another project is with an undergraduate student, and we focus on Florida Down Under alumni. So in the past 15 years, we've had this program, and we're now tracking these alumni to see over the years how this program have influenced their global citizenship, environmental attitudes. So yeah, these are the two students, and with my advisor that we're working together. I am an international student myself, so I'm kind of study abroad every day, but it's been quite a long time, so it becomes my routine and everyday life now. But it starts from there. So I got confused at first, like cultural adaptation, why I'm confusing, how do I learn the new language faster, things like that. Another experience was when I was undergraduate student, I participated in a Work and Travel USA program. That's my first international travel. My first time came to the US. I worked in Yellowstone National Park for 3 months, so like my international internship. And that really changed my career path, or I think it plants a seed in my heart, like, oh, I do want to work in tourism in the future. And I realized, oh, it's possible for me to study in the US. At least I've handled it for 3 months, I can do more. So that's what makes me interested in that, and I hope that I can do more for other students because I got a lot from my study abroad and international experience. So I do think other people are also benefiting from it, but from a academic perspective, I also want to explain how does this happen, why students can benefit from this. So it's both my personal interest and my research interest.